On the day of the engagement, my fiancé Vincent confined me in the villa, while his white moonlight wore my custom wedding dress and announced their engagement at the banquet I had meticulously prepared. From that moment, our family severed all ties with him. Vincent intended to elevate his white moonlight to chief designer, but I had already led the entire team to a new company. Do as you please. He wanted to hire a national celebrity for endorsement, but my best friend said, "Scumbag, don't bother." The Hua family faced a major contract cancellation and sought my father's help to leverage his network, but he responded, "We're not acquainted, don't bother me." When their financial chain collapsed and they asked our family for a loan, my mother replied, "No money, won't lend." I awoke to a barrage of urgent calls from my best friend. Still dazed, I heard Vivian in a frenzy, "Where the hell are you?" "Your engagement banquet. Vincent took Bella there." I snapped awake. "What? My engagement banquet with Vincent? Why did he bring Bella?" "It seems he plans to announce his engagement to Bella." "Where are you? Hurry over." Vivian was frantic, and I was furious. "The door won't open, I'm locked in." "Vincent, that scoundrel. Last night, he unexpectedly came to see me, took me to a seaside inn for drinks, and after a brief chat, I soon felt drowsy." Today's engagement banquet was meticulously planned by my parents and me 6 months in advance. I had set an alarm, so oversleeping should have been impossible. It appears Vincent premeditated this, spiking my drink to keep me away. Vivian rescued me and brought me to the engagement venue, where I saw Vincent holding Bella's hand on stage, and she was wearing the very wedding dress I had custom ordered abroad. She stood brazenly at the engagement site I had poured my heart into arranging, arm in arm with my fiancé, accepting blessings from guests who had come for me. "Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you that due to irreconcilable differences with Claire, we have decided to end our engagement. My true love is Bella alone, and today is our engagement banquet." All the guests were stunned. Everyone knew Vincent and I had been engaged since we were 18, and our family's alliance was widely assumed. Most attendees had come to the engagement banquet out of respect for our G family, and this sudden turn of events left everyone bewildered. Bella basked in bliss as the pair flirted shamelessly, making me sick. I marched up with security guards, and Vincent, likely unprepared for my arrival, paled and shielded Bella behind him. "Claire, I've already told you I don't like you. Why do you keep clinging to me? I won't marry you, I only love Bella." I was so repulsed I felt like vomiting. "You didn't want to marry me. Why didn't you say that when the Hua family was nearly bankrupt and borrowed from us, or when my father had to clean up your family's mountain of debt? I arranged this engagement site, and the clothes you're wearing were custom made with my money. How desperate are you to drug me and lock me in a room just to freeload off this wedding celebration?" Vincent was left speechless by my tirade. I ordered the security guards. "I paid for this venue. Throw these two irrelevant people out." "You." Vincent and Bella looked mortified as they were quickly dragged out by security in disgrace. "Claire, do you have to be so petty?" Vincent glared at me and shouted, "Wait a minute." The guards paused instantly. His smugness returned, but it lasted mere seconds before I slapped him and ripped the clothes off his body. "The clothes, I paid for them, so leave them behind." You've gone too far, Claire." Then, stripped to their underwear, the two were tossed out by security. That night, Vincent's mother brought her son to our home to beg forgiveness. Before the Hua family's decline, we were old family friends, so even when they faced trouble, we didn't break the engagement. Instead, we used all our resources to rescue their near-bankrupt business, and now that it's back on track, Vincent has grown arrogant. "Claire, this is our naughty boy's fault. I've scolded him harshly, and you've slapped him. Please don't let this upset you further. He was bewitched by that little vixen and led astray," Vincent's mother said persuasively, forcing him to apologize. He looked reluctant, his apology utterly half-hearted. "Claire, you know Vincent's father passed away early, and raising him alone was truly tough. You've always been generous since childhood. Don't stoop to his level. How about we redo the engagement banquet in a few days and let this pass?" "Auntie, today's fiasco has become a laughingstock. Do you think it can be brushed off so easily?" I laughed, realizing she was trying to guilt-trip me. I've apologized, what more do you want? Claire, don't go too far. I slapped him again, and Vincent finally fell silent. Claire. How could you hit him? Sylvia was distraught, rubbing her son's face and lamenting, how can a girl be so barbaric and rude? My daughter did well, it's your son who's morally bankrupt, my mother declared, stepping forward to shield me. At this point, the engagement is off, my daughter won't endure such injustice, and since your son ruined the banquet, you'll compensate for the losses. On what grounds? Sylvia and her son protested furiously. Because your son brought this on himself, pay up or face us in court, my mother replied, then waved elegantly, Butler, see them out. Vincent was enraged, your whole family is insufferable. Claire, I'm sick of your spoiled princess attitude, you're not worth Bella's little toe. Who'd want a woman like you? You'll end up an old maid. As Vincent was thrown out, he kept ranting. I felt an inexplicable pang of grievance once. Vincent had treated me well, we were childhood sweethearts, and he'd always tolerated my temper. Thus, during the family alliance talks, despite the Hua family's vastly inferior status to the G family, I chose him, but now it's clear Vincent never truly liked me, he was just acting for the G family's support. Now that the Hua family's business has recovered, he no longer needs our help and has shown his true colors, so what do all these years of my emotional investment in him amount to? Seeing my eyes redden, my mother tenderly hugged me, consoling, my Claire is the best, don't grieve for someone unworthy. Worried about my unhappiness, my brother took me on a world tour to unwind. I used this time to recover and plan a fresh start, never expecting Vincent to be even more shameless than I'd imagined. When he called, I had no desire to answer and blocked him immediately. Soon after, an unfamiliar number rang, and Vincent's grating voice came through. Why so hot-tempered? You won't even take my calls? Spit it out. You've rested long enough, it's time to return to work. The D family wants to collaborate on a jewelry show, and I plan for Bella to be the lead designer, so assist her with your experience. Vincent spoke so matter-of-factly that I laughed in anger. What is she to demand I assist her? Vincent, you've got some nerve. Vincent grew flustered and furious. Claire, your temper's too much, how dare you speak to me like that? I'm your boss, after all. Not anymore, I'm resigning. Upon returning from studying abroad, I'd gained some renown in design. To save the Hua family's faltering company, I joined Hua Corporation voluntarily and became its chief designer. Without my efforts to secure resources and connections, where would Hua Corporation be today? Yet he wants me to play second fiddle to Bella and prop her up. I stopped taking his calls and sent him my resignation letter, also messaging the other designers I'd recruited. Most of them were brought into Hua Corporation by me. With Vincent's character, the company has no future, I can't let these talents go to waste. On the day I returned, Vincent and Bella, somehow informed, ambushed me at the airport. Claire, though our engagement is off, business aside, there's still goodwill, can't you delay your resignation until after this jewelry exhibition? No, I said, about to leave, but he grabbed my luggage. The D family specifically requested you, how can you resign now? Exactly, Bella chimed in. Sister, you need a broader perspective, how can you ignore the company's survival over personal grudges? That's too selfish. Oh? I wondered why you'd stoop to wait at the airport. It's because without me, you can't secure the D family's deal, right? Your company's fate means nothing to me. I laughed aloud. Vincent, I'm telling you, I'm absolutely resigning, but I'll still snag the D family's cooperation. What do you mean? I've registered a new company, and I'm back today to negotiate with the D family. You're insane, Claire. Starting a company alone and daring to compete with me? Who said I'm alone? I tilted my head and pointed behind him. Several key Hua Corporation designers stepped forward in unison, tossing their resignations at him. We're done. Vincent's face darkened. You treacherous bunch. A wise bird chooses its perch. Besides, what right does an ungrateful cheater like you have to judge? The designers fired back, enraging Vincent further. Fine, go. With Bella here, Hua Corporation will only thrive. You'll all regret this. Bella soothed Vincent, calming him slightly, and they clung to each other again. Unable to watch, I led the others away. Securing the D family's cooperation was nearly guaranteed. I took my defecting colleagues out to eat, drink, and celebrate. Once we left, Vincent poured immense effort into promoting Bella, turning her into an internet celebrity and hosting a jewelry exhibition for her at the height of her fame. Bella rapidly rose to fame during this period. Who knows how much Vincent invested to package her as a prodigious design genius emerging from nowhere. This persona genuinely drew her many fans, quickly making her a million-follower influencer. Coupled with her and Vincent's occasional lovey-dovey CEO-style skits, plenty of netizens ate it up. I was preoccupied with the D family's jewelry show, with no energy to bother with them. Anyway, my parents said that given Vincent's betrayal, they'd ensure the Hua family faced consequences. Hua Corporation lacked resources, our family withdrew funding, and all our allies cut ties with them. Even with Bella's hype, they wouldn't last long. Vincent sank too much money into Bella, but few of her followers were jewelry buyers, soon hitting a dead end. Meanwhile, my jewelry exhibition drew numerous social elites on its first day, earning unprecedented praise. My works went viral online, but I never imagined that same night I'd trend with a glaring plagiarism label. Even more shocking, the alleged source of my plagiarism was Bella. Some time ago, she'd held a jewelry exhibition that got decent feedback, but seeing the pieces left me stunned. Aren't these the designs I created at Hua Corporation? Since when were they Bella's? Enthusiastic netizens compared my works to hers, noting several similarities. Since her exhibition came first, netizens assumed I was the plagiarist. Furious, I called Vincent immediately. Facing my accusations, he shamelessly replied, "Since you designed them while at Hua Corporation, they belong to the company. I gave them to Bella, so they're hers. You've resigned, so they're none of your concern." Vincent, have you no legal sense? Even if I worked for Hua Corporation, I retain attribution rights. These are blatant thefts. Have Bella cancel the exhibition and issue an apology, or we'll meet in court. What proof do you have they're yours? Claire, don't push it. With that, he hung up and refused further calls. I consulted a lawyer, but since most of these were drafts I'd sketched and discarded, gathering evidence would take time. Plagiarism cases are notoriously protracted. The D family's exhibition suffered some impact, forcing me to urgently remove the disputed pieces, replacing them with backups, while posting a clarification and lawyer's letter online to affirm my innocence. Yet online sentiment turned harsh. Bella's established image swayed many to her side, and they flooded my account with insults. Think a statement makes you right? Bella released hers first, you shameless plagiarist. Boycott this copycat designer. Why hasn't D family dropped her? Bella's better. She works with D family. Does she have some backing? I instructed my lawyer to document each abusive attack as evidence. Once the plagiarism case is settled, I'll sue them all. People must learn that even anonymously online, words have consequences. When Vincent confronted me, he was belligerent, slamming my desk, spilling coffee instantly and staining my white skirt. You've gone too far, Claire. Why slander Bella online? You vicious woman. I laughed in anger. Didn't she plagiarize? Is truth slander? So it was you who hired trolls to call her a mistress? Seeing yourself labeled a plagiarist with no support, you resorted to this vicious tactic? Mistress? I frowned. Though she is one, I never mentioned it online. You won't admit it? Who else would attack her so viciously? Claire, can't you let me go, so you're retaliating? You even had your parents pull funding and sabotage my company. My parents' money is theirs to spend. Why should it go to you? You deserve the sabotage. Stop pretending. I know you still care for me, but I won't be with you yet if you don't want my disdain. Be smart, drop the lawsuit, apologize online for plagiarizing, settle this, and have your parents return the funds, then we can stay friends. Such thick-skinned pft, who'd befriend you? What nerve? Vincent cursed angrily, you bitch. A sharp slap landed on his face, my hand tingled. I should have thrown something instead. Vincent, you and Bella are the scum. Her being a mistress is fact. If I did it, I'd admit it fearlessly. Unlike you, don't yap at me before the truth's out, or I'll sue you for defamation. You. Vincent, enraged, tried to strike back, but my summoned guards arrived, restraining him. Throw him out. Anyone letting him back into the studio can forget their job. 2 guards held Vincent as he struggled angrily. Let me go. Claire. Wait, I stopped them, he smirked. Now you're being polite, damn. As I splashed coffee on his face, he let out a piercing yelp. Before he could lunge, I signaled the guards to toss him out. After Vincent's failed confrontation, Bella began stirring trouble. She went live, playing the pitiful victim, weeping and twisting the truth on camera. Vincent and I fell for each other at 18, but his family hit a crisis then, and to save their business, he had to get engaged to Claire. We both suffered, but Claire's family had money. I blame myself for being just an ordinary girl, unable to help him, so I buried my feelings. Over the years, Vincent and I struggled. He worked hard to revive the bankrupt company, finally free from relying on that woman, so we reunited. I thought after waiting so long, we'd have our happy ending, but Claire wouldn't let us be. She accused me of plagiarism, called me a mistress, and her family kept targeting Vincent's company, vowing to bankrupt him. It's a shame Bella isn't an actress. Mid-sentence, she broke into tears, a mistress acting like the victim. I don't know what to do. We just love each other and want to be together. Why are we bullied like this? I can take anything, but I can't bear Vincent's years of effort going to waste. If what corporation collapses again, what will we do? It's my fault. Maybe I shouldn't be with him, then Vincent wouldn't suffer so much, Bella sobbed, covering her face. I assumed such clumsy acting wouldn't fool anyone, yet her fans were actually consoling her. Your amazing lovers will unite in the end, we'll all support you. That Claire's awful, using her family's wealth to split a loving pair. Can't she marry, so she forces a man who doesn't love her? So vicious she framed you for plagiarism and called you a mistress out of unrequited love? Please, you're the true lover, she's the mistress. Can Claire just die so these star-crossed lovers can be together? The harsher the netizens cursed, the harder Bella performed. Then Vincent appeared. Baby, don't cry, don't say that, you're the only woman I'll love in this life. You suffered waiting for me, and no matter how Claire persecutes me, I'll never let you go again. As he spoke, Vincent pulled Bella into his arms. Vincent, I can't bear to lose you either. They embraced and wept, staging a grand drama. I nearly gagged watching, but their goal was clearly met. This act gained them much support, and Bella's followers surged by millions. Now I fully grasp who leaked that Bella was a mistress. Her strategy of cutting off the source was brilliant. Riding this wave of hype, Vincent slipped in an ad. Bella designed new pieces based on our love story, to be endorsed by national goddess Vivian, releasing mid-next month. Hope you'll all witness it. The ad garnered widespread support, but I was surprised Vivian, my best friend, knew what this despicable pair did. How could she take their endorsement? Sure enough, when I reached Vivian, she was baffled. What? When did I agree to their endorsement? I didn't know. Let me ask my agent. Soon, she called back, fuming, so shameless. What corporation sent me a proposal, but I never replied. How dare he announce I agreed, trying to force me? I was speechless. I underestimated their gall. Don't worry, I'll clear it up now, she assured me. While Bella and Vincent kept advertising, Vivian's clarification went out. I've never worked with what corporation, nor will I ever. An ungrateful scumbag and a plagiarizing, self-pitying mistress don't deserve it. My friend Claire is the best designer, proven by her skill. Vivian tore into the scumbag. Though Bella had fans, Vivian, the national goddess, had a fiercely loyal following that stormed Bella's live stream in minutes. Shameless. Why leech off Vivian's fame? She doesn't even know you. Endorsement? Fake. Scumbag. Claire and Vivian are close. She can't be bad. Vincent faltered, stammering after the onslaught. Maybe there was a mix-up in negotiations. I didn't know Vivian hadn't agreed. It's a misunderstanding. Vivian's fan shut him down. What negotiation issue? Show proof, or we'll assume you're mooching off her fame. Unable to explain, Vincent and Bella floundered, trying to shift focus, while I got a call from the studio. What do we do? It's escalating. People are harassing the studio with calls, cursing right away, and sending wreaths. If this persists, the exhibition will suffer. The studio staff called me anxiously as I prepared to go live against Bella. Don't worry, I'll settle this today. When I joined their live stream, Vincent and Bella visibly flinched. What? Scared? Let's settle our grudges in front of netizens today. What more can you say? You've got money, connections, and a star backing you. We're no match. Bella teared up again, relentlessly smearing me. Vivian supporting me is true, but isn't your fake endorsement claim just as real? You say I split a loving pair. Were you together when Vincent pursued me? Did you tell me? I sneered. Had I known Vincent didn't love me, I wouldn't have glanced at him twice. You hid it, exploiting my family's wealth and connections while deceiving me and sneaking around. Who's the mistress? Don't you know? Though it's been years, fortunately, I kept mementos of our romance back then. Here are love letters Vincent wrote pursuing me, and chat logs. Was I forcing him, or was he chasing me? It's clear to all. Oh, and Bella's messages urging me to be with Vincent. You staged this, pushed me into a trap, then played victims. How thick-skinned are you? Vincent and Bella, grimacing, weakly argued. Well, back then, only your family could save Hua Corporation. Why else would we do it? That's nonsense. What about the plagiarism? Did I force that too? These are my original drafts from when I worked at Hua Corporation out of love. It took effort to find them, but the dates prove she's the plagiarist. Throngs of spectators flooded the stream, hitting record viewership. Now Bella and Vincent were the ones lambasted. Seeing the tide turn, they abruptly ended it. Flooded with abusive messages, Bella's account was soon deactivated. Even Hua Corporation's page couldn't escape and disabled comments, while I gained massive attention, boosting the D family's exhibition to new heights. After lying low, Hua Corporation quietly released Tion Me's new products, but they were met with universal scorn. Facing severe losses, they pinned their hopes on this turnaround. Yet when Bella and Vincent appeared to promote on-site, they were pelted with rotten eggs, and an outraged crowd nearly attacked them. They fled in panic. Their new products flopped. Worse, days later, someone accused Hua Corporation of stealing an intern's designs, not Bella's at all. Now, Hua Corporation was thrust into the spotlight. With my lawyer's letter, they were swamped with lawsuits. After our family pulled funding and you took the designers, Hua Corporation was a shell. He hoped hyping Bella would revive it, but it only hastened their downfall. Now, they're truly finished. After struggling for a while, Vincent couldn't hold on and came to me, only to be barred by security. He waited outside all afternoon, leaving work. I saw him with flowers and gifts. Claire, can we talk? I didn't spare him a glance. No. Claire, you single-handedly propped up Hua Corporation, pouring in so much effort. Surely you don't want it to fail? Vincent chased after me, brazenly saying. I retorted, since I left Hua Corporation, its fate is no concern of mine. Are you that cold? Vincent grabbed my hand. It's about Bella, right? Fine, I'll dump her. We'll reunite. Spare Hua Corporation. I laughed, shaking him off. You overvalue yourself. Share that confidence elsewhere. To me, you're dog shit, disgusting to even see. Get lost. I drove off, leaving Vincent standing there. As Hua Corporation crumbled, he relentlessly called and messaged me. I blocked them all until, one night, he broke down and called from yet another number. Don't hang up, Claire, please. I'm on West River Bridge. Help me, I can't go on. You know Hua Corporation is my only hope. My mom's sick with worry lately. I'm done. Claire, I was wrong. I admit it. Isn't that enough? Please, give me a lifeline. Vincent sounded on the verge of tears, reminiscing. Claire, for old time's sake, can't you help me one last time to save Hua Corporation? I was bewitched by Bella. She bailed when it started failing and now she's with some old guy. I was blind. Claire, only you were genuinely good to me. I see that now. Forgive me, and I swear I won't dare again, okay? Dream on, Vincent. I don't take back trash. Claire. Are you that heartless to abandon me? If you don't agree, I'll jump from here today and die for you to see. I scoffed. Jump then, don't pollute West River. Try the Ganges, it suits you better. Then I hung up. Vincent didn't kill himself, but Hua Corporation did go bankrupt. Sylvia and son lost their villa to acquisition, and homeless, they came to us. Claire, you see my state. However much you hate me, you should be satisfied. We're desperate and penniless. Shelter us for a while. We don't run a charity, I said, dumbfounded, as Vincent's mom grabbed me. Daughter-in-law, my son's foolish, seduced by that vixen. Men are young and err sometimes, forgive him. Back when they ruined the engagement, their arrogance was starkly different. Your son and I cut ties at the banquet. Don't claim kinship, pester me more, and I'll have security throw you out. Claire, Claire. They tried to follow, but security blocked them. Come again, and I'll call your creditors. They owe a fortune. If collectors come, they're in for it. Reluctantly, they left in a huff. Rumor has it they rented in an urban village. Vincent sought jobs, but his past notoriety barred him. He now hauls bricks at construction sites, while his mom washes dishes. Bella, meanwhile, lived well. I saw her at a banquet, held by a bald, pot-bellied man I knew over 60, with a son older than her. She's truly not picky. The man held Bella, brazenly groping her in public. When business partners did the same, he didn't intervene. Bella looked aggrieved, but she didn't dare to lash out. Her eyes were filled with humiliation. When she saw me, she lowered her head in embarrassment. That Mr. Zhao's infamous. His women are toys, dragged to drinks for deals, sometimes gifted to partners. Bella, so desperate, dared follow such a beast. Vivian whispered to me, respect others' fates. She chose money, may she not regret it. Spot on. Within half a year, news broke of Bella's imprisonment. I warned Mr. Zhao's no good. Bella was just a traded pawn, soon diagnosed with an STD, and he dumped her. Bella wouldn't accept it, blaming Mr. Zhao for infecting her. In rage, she ran him over and killed him. She's arrested now. Sigh, destined for prison the rest of her life. Vivian shared the gossip, sighing, she chose her path. Some endings can't be blamed on others. Since when did you get so philosophical? Vivian leaned on my shoulder. Forget her. Tonight's party has 188 centimeters leggy models. You in? I grinned, yes,